Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Russ with the Rust and Loose YouTube channel. Today, taking on this Cub Cadet 109. This is a garden tractor from the 1970s. Hydrostatic drive. Should be a 10 horsepower Kohler engine. I haven't done anything on this. I just picked this up yesterday, brought it home, dropped it off because I had to quickly load something else up on the trailer and head out. So we're going to go over this for the first time together. Looks like it's mostly complete, other than just missing the deck. The guy I bought this from told me that used to be his mother's, and he was an older gentleman. It says it used to belong to his mother, and I asked him when the last time it ran was. He says it's been about 5 years ago. Now, this was the battery that he had sitting on the ground next to the house, kind of close by it. 7/19. If that's a day code, July 2019, that would be right at 5 years. I don't know why you'd buy a battery for this thing and just run it one time if it ran. So I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, maybe did they try to start it 5 years ago? But this was, of course, listed on Facebook Marketplace as ran when parked. So, you know what that means. We can gather that it's been at least, based on what he told me, it's been sitting for 5 years. Hasn't run over 5 years. Hasn't run in 5 years. Quite possibly a lot longer than that. So I'll tell you what, I haven't even looked at the oil on this thing, so really should probably always be the first thing you do. Doesn't look bad. Smells kind of like, it's almost like it's got some varnished gas in it. That's kind of what it smells like. It smells like old gas. It's got a lot of leaves in it. Up inside there, you know, when leaves fall off of a tree, they don't fall up inside places like this. They get in there by a critter trying to build a place to live. And that looks like what's happened here. I see a lot of leaves and they're going to get cleaned out of there. These things are a lot like the Cub Lowboy in that they have this kind of starter generator combo. It's free. It's making a bunch of noise, all those leaves and stuff in there. And it does turn quite easily. Almost. Oh, there's a compression cycle, I think, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't. These have a PTO in front of them, and it's like the pulleys are still down there for the belt that would run the deck. Looks like something's missing off the front of that PTO though. For some reason, at some point, it looked like it got a repaint. That's how the spark plug boot is painted. Pretty sure these fins would not be painted on the original. And this underneath here is probably, I don't know why that's so orange. It looks like that's been painted a couple times. You can see the kind of, it's like federal yellow underneath, and this orange, and then this yellow. So I've never had one of these, but I believe the way this works, this is a 109. Anything that ends in a 9 is a hydrostatic. So there's a 29, a 129, a 149. This is a 109 hydrostatic drive. This is basically brake and clutch there. This is your go forward, go backward lever. So that's go forward. Hit the brake, tosses it back into neutral. Backwards, goes back into neutral. You control your speed with the throttle, which is actually free. This is to raise and lower your deck or accessory, whatever you have attached at the time. And this is your PTO control. So this would be to engage your blades or whatever you're using the PTO for. These things, for this tractor, you could have a mower deck. You could have, I think there was a snow plow. Handful of different things. So what we're going to do though is see if we can get this thing to run. This thing is really hard to move. Even if you air the tires up, it's still very hard. It's I'll tell you something's crazy. And this is kind of what I thought it was initially. It's got disc brakes. And so I suspected that the brakes were locked up, but they're not. These tires spin freely. There's some kind of wire hanging there. Huh. What in the world? I think I might know who worked on this in the past. But it's very difficult to move. There's a lot of you can just drag in that hydrostatic drive. So if we can get this thing running, it'd make moving it around a lot easier. Because the first thing this needs to do, if it'll run, is we need to drive it around to the hose and get it with the pressure washer. Clean this thing up. One nice thing is we got a key. Doesn't seem to want to come out. Oh, there it is. They painted that too. So I don't know what it is about Internationals and having crude paint jobs. A previous owner told me that ants had gotten in the voltage regulator. It's just kind of hanging there. This is where the battery would go. I was kind of wondering why he had that style of battery it did, because yeah, that just has eyelets on it. Something's, I'm pretty sure that third terminal, at least on the Cub, oh boy, should have something plugged into it. Let's just get this. I probably should have to bypass. This is going to have to be rewired. And all kinds of taped up connections here. Here's another one. That's that one that hangs down below, I think, maybe. Yeah. There it is. Spliced and taped multiple times. come over here, it's like it's another bare twisted connection. So probably gonna have to test this. Probably gonna have to bypass this. Just put the coil directly up. Oh, there's a shut off for the fuel. It's pretty cool. Let me take this out so we can. There's more wiring back there and leaves. But I think if we this, look at that, you can see through that. You can see the lead in there. It's like a translucent spark plug wire. I'm going to switch cameras and we're going to dive in here and we'll see if we can get this thing started. I didn't even look. What do we got for? It is bone dry. Let me get a flashlight so you can see down in there. And surprisingly, I don't think you're gonna be able to see in there. We'll get the borescope that way, but it's dry. And there's a little bit of rust particles in the bottom, but the tank overall is not rusty. That means probably like the top of it. Even the top feels good. We're gonna be able to clean that out and be an easy turnaround. This is usually what I hate the most about doing these tractors and things, trucks, everything, is the fuel tanks are usually just gone in them. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is just try to get some of these places where I figure I might have to take bolts off. Just get those loosened up. I'm definitely going to take this tank off. Those bolts don't look bad. I wonder if somebody had that off before. That's loose. Thought that was going to be a lot harder with its rusty appearance, but come right off. That should probably be replaced. The choke is stuck. The throttle moves, but the choke is stuck. Just get some. When I pull on it, I don't even see the cable trying to move, so imagine it's inside the cable assembly, not necessarily the, yeah, because these move. The actual choke moves fine on the carburetor. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Yeah, it's in the cable. Feels like it's up here at the knob, but it's working free. I'll take the spark plug out. It looks like it's got leaves and stuff jammed in there. Might be able to get to it. Let's see.
don't really want to pull that out of there until I get some of that leaf and stuff out of the way. Oh yeah, it's just covered in turds. Doesn't look bad. It was running correctly. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I mean a little bit. Just gonna go ahead and add some lube here. And compression. I don't know how much. I mean, the throttle it's pulling, so it's all kind of up to the governor. Hopefully it's free inside there. The throttle seems to be fine. Okay, so I think that's good. I think what we'll do next, let's get this gas tank off. Let's see what's going on behind there. Some of these leaves, there's another, that's coming off the coil. What is that? That is the, I can't tell, is that the positive? Yeah, that's the positive off the coil. I've never had one of these before. This is the first time I've ever touched one of these. First time I've ever really seen one in person. My grandparents had one when I was a kid. I kind of remember it didn't have a seat on it. It had been retired and replaced with a Montgomery Ward. Which I spent hours and hours and hours riding that Montgomery Ward lawnmower around. I am very happy and very impressed with how good that gas tank looks. Hopefully whatever was in there bailed out during the loading or the drive home. Yeah, let's get that out of there. So put this here for ground. I noticed this cable's loose. And several things been loose, so I don't think I tried working on it. Maybe that's from 5 years ago when I bought the battery and try and get it going. So let's see. Okay. So it turns, sounds like it's got some compression. I'll tell you what, I think what I'm going to do here, I got some, you got a jumper. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's see what we have for compression. That's really low, but I don't really have a way to hold the throttle open, and it's closed in there. Oh, we're almost reaches. Let's see, how can we do this? I'm gonna put this there. see if it sparks. I see no spark. Oh, there it is. There's a negative. Yeah, this is the positive. It's covered up by the terminal. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so that's connected. We're going to put our wire on there. There, coil should be. So we can test this coil, see if it's any good. You can also just change it out for one that know it's good. Let's see what's going on inside here. Is that points? Okay. And they're pretty crowded over. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Let me get something to clean those up with. Some spark. Yes, starting to get some spark. You can come in here and sand on these. Just got some real fine sandpaper. But nothing really ever seems to work as good as just flicking them together like that. Let's see what happens now. So it sparked. I saw it spark. Here we go.
right, so there you have it. This thing does appear like it's going to run. What I was doing there was just putting, I've got a mixture of gas and 2-cycle oil, putting directly into the cylinder through the spark plug hole, and fires off. I didn't try feeding through the carburetor, one because I don't know, it seems to me like the throttle blade is closed. And I'll have to go back and watch the footage of when it was starting to see if we get any movement in this. But the throttle was cranked wide open. And so it should have moved. And also, if I need to take this bowl, I'll probably just go through this carburetor completely. And of course, tons of cleaning to do here. I'd like to run it just a little bit more, but I think what we'll do is go ahead and change the oil on it. Get it set up where we can run it just a little bit longer. And go from there. We'll definitely give this thing a proper cleanup. See if we can make it look like new again. So that's going to do it for this one. If you want to see how this turns out, be sure to subscribe. Help me in this video out. Leave me a comment. Leave me a thumbs up. Till next time. Thanks, guys.